Okay, g'day guys, Greenie, back. Voice still a little bit croaky, but getting better all the time. Okay, so today I am test riding a 2003 XVS1100. It is the Yamaha vstar 1100. First thing we should talk about on this bike, I reckon, is the pipes. This has a set of Cobra pipes on it. I don't know what type of Cobra pipes they are. I really don't know much about one from the other. But the ones on this bike are awesome. The thing I like most about them is that if you want the pipes to be quiet, they can be quiet. You just click up a gear and you can cruise past the cops, no worries at all. You know, they can barely make a sound. But if you want these pipes to be noisy, they can just as easily do that for you. Now I don't know how that sound's going to come through on the microphone here, but let me tell you this: it is a beautiful tone that we're getting from these pipes. And like I said, if you want it, it's there. If you don't want it to be noisy, you don't have to be. I mean, you can sneak out in the middle of the night or early in the morning, go on to work, and barely make a noise on this thing. So I just love how these pipes are noisy when you want it to be, and quiet when you want it to be. Not just, you know, some pipes you put on, and from the moment you start it, the idle is noisy. You know, everything about them is noisy, where this is just more of a thump, and I love it. That's the thing I like most about this particular bike, and I actually love this bike. I ride this bike nearly every day, or at least every couple of days I get on it and go for a ride. It feels comfy. It's got the drag bars on it. I don't know, I think that's about the only modification really, but I do like the drag bars. I think those bring you forward a little bit perhaps, and it's just a really comfy riding position. And this particular one, there's no back seat. I do have the back seat for it, but it's not on, and it actually looks really cool. These bikes look really cool. They're almost like a bobber, although the back guard is pretty big. But I'll hop off and show you the bike in a few minutes, and you'll have a look. The colour is nice. There's so many cruisers that are just black, and after a while you just get sick of looking at the black. So it's actually good to get one that isn't black. Oopsie, let me just tighten this up. Oh no, what am I doing? We go that way. Yeah, there we go. So it's actually good to get one that isn't black. You know, it's and it's in good nick, the paint. As I said, this is a 2003. So what, that's 16 years old now. It doesn't look 16 years old. It is in beautiful nick, obviously been well looked after, well serviced, still runs like an absolute dream. It's done, what's it done? 68,689 kilometers. So it's done a few, but it still runs absolutely perfect. These things are a shaft drive, which I do like. So they're smooth as silk, change gears. One thing about the Yamaha that I find on every Yamaha I get on, the transmissions are awesome. They just click in the gear up and down, neutral's easy to find. Changing gear is a pleasure on the Yamaha. There's great gearboxes. What else we got going on? There's not much I don't like about these bikes. One thing, very minor, they don't have a clock. I like to have a clock on the bike because, you know, I'm not one of these guys that sits my phone up on my bike that I can see. And so, you know, it's just sometimes it's nice to know what the time is if you're on your way somewhere. So a clock would have been nice. You know, we can live without it, but you know, most bikes have a clock on them. This one doesn't. These are carbureted. They're not fuel injected. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, in 2003, obviously fuel injection was about. I'm not sure why they chose to stick with the carburetor. I think I've even got a 2007 one of these, and it's still carbureted. So I'm not sure what year they changed over the fuel injection, or even if they have, maybe they're still carbureted. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, that's no big deal. Carburetors are fine as long as you, you know, run the bike every week or so at least. If you ride it every day, you won't have a problem with it. And you know, and they're no big deal. You need to take them out and clean them. If you do it yourself, or a good mechanic can do that for you. Pretty straightforward job. Plenty of power in these things. I mean, enough. You know, I'm a mid 40s now. I'm not about going fast. You know, I want to be able to leave a set of lights quick enough to get ahead of the traffic. You know, I want to be able to do 110 on the country road, maybe 120. This does both of those things easily. I mean, this will probably do closer to 200 if you wound it up. I don't know. It'll be up there. This really is either, you know, this is a bike you can have and go cruising with your mates on the weekend, or you can ride this to work every day. Got plenty of life in it yet. Awesome bike. Awesome bike. As I said, there's something about the sound of this bike that I just adore. Let's just pull over here, my little spot. Oh, the horse is going nuts. Let's just pull over and have a little look. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how good this looks. There she is. I love the lines on this bike. I really do. I mean, as I said, I've got the pillion seat there, which you can stick on if you want to stick your babe on the back, but I reckon it looks better without it, so I leave it off. As you can see, it's a shaft drive. They're a 5-speed carburetor. That's why it's got the reserve tank there. You can see a little scratch on the front there, but other than that, it's dirty. Excuse me. Other than that, there's really nothing wrong with it. I should have washed it. Again, I've been riding this bike quite a lot, so it's getting a little bit dirty. Winter over here as well. But that's it there. That's a good looking bike. You've got to admit it. Good looking bike. You get so much for your money. I can't remember what this one's selling for. I reckon probably about 4.5, somewhere around there. Man, I wouldn't take much less than that, because I love this bike. If I don't sell it, I'll ride it. It's such a cool bike. It looks good, it sounds good, it feels good. This is exactly what I love, you know, when I want to go cruising. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. If you want to have a look at the bike, it's in Perth, Western Australia. You can pop me an email, perthmotorbikes@gmail.com, or you can give me a call after midday. I don't answer my phone before midday, so make sure you call me after midday, and I will more than likely speak to you. All good? Thanks, guys. Talk soon.